Attention, everybody. The views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of Acts Ministry, Acts Media Group, and or their affiliate and subordinate ministries and or nonprofits. Here they are, talking about modern-day mommyhood and his general craziness. It's the Morning Mouth with Johnny Rooster and his co-host, Amber.
Well, good morning. It is Monday. I know you guys are used to seeing me on Friday. It's a new day, new month, new everything. I brought my balls today. We have a mature content on occasion, but it's also a very wonderful thing to bring your balls to the show because they don't melt.
Oh my.
There you go. That hit your mic perfectly. It sounded just right, like a little popping sound. We're going to get to how to build a snowman later in the set.
Did I mention this? Some of this content may be adult in nature, so
I
please
did.
use discretion.
That's right.
It's
It's like watching Johnny Rooster live. Oh, you are? Okay, good morning. Johnny Rooster Live is now going to be part of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you get a triple dose. It's like 3 scoops of ice cream in the same week. My co-host today is only called that because she's here from the second time. First time was a politically motivated message, and today is a mommy-motivated message. Say hello, Amber.
Hello, Amber.
Hello, Amber. Amber's here, and Amber is.
Set me up too well.
She's kind of an obnoxious character that goes really well with me, but I hear your time here may not be that extensive.
No, maybe we'll see.
We're gonna have to work on your husband.
I got to work on my hubby.
If he does he like being on the air?
I don't know that he ever has. He's just very old school.
Yeah, he's older than.
We run our household very.
He's quite a bit
school.
more mature than you are.
Well,
Advanced in years.
He's 12 years older than
Yeah,
me.
he's mature.
Yeah.
And you've got to he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
got responsibilities.
Yes.
And you don't want to mess with that. You want to make sure that goes well.
No, and I have a lot of responsibilities, and he,
You have so many.
He doesn't want me to get overwhelmed.
So what we're going to do, we're going to go right into our opening 32-second Matt's at the gears here. We're going to do this Morning Mouth trailer. It's called Morning Mouth Trailer. That's how it's labeled. And what it's going to do is, unfortunately, you can't see it unless you're watching. Are you watching on YouTube? You could if you want.
Well,
You're more than welcome.
I'm looking at the scripture this morning.
Well, lovely. That's perfect, as you should. When you watch it live with it muted, you can see what's going on the screen. No biggie.
Oh.
We're all good.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Go ahead and roll it. So that you can kind of get an idea of the whole community. We're talking about everybody here on the Morning Mouth, and we're talking specifically to entrepreneurs, entertainers, and nonprofit organizations. Now, Amber's not necessarily connected to that, but she is an entrepreneur, and she is a home engineer, and she's a mommy. So we're back now, aren't we? We're going back to the scripture of the day, which is, Amber, would you like to read that? Since you have it up there. It's
Sure.
Proverbs 31, 28, and 29. NIV.
Oh, I was starting at 27.
I know, you're getting
But we can start at 28.
Well, why don't you start at 28 just so I can know where you're going?
I gotcha. Her children arise and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all.
Everybody go, aww. Isn't that a nice thing to say?
Yes.
But actually, it's really important that her husband and her children praise her.
Right.
did you? I'm going to ask you a few questions about mommyhood, but before we do, we're going to a video about a modern-day family. Now, this is where I'd kind of want you to watch. Let's see here. Let's see if we can go to YouTube on Axe Media Group. If you guys want to play along, go right ahead. And Axe Media Group, and hit it. Click on the live.
You ready? Here we go.
My family.
Well, hi kids, how was camp? Rip put a frog in the microwave. I did not. She doesn't even know the difference between a toad and a frog. Daddy wants to talk to you. Oh, great, I bet it's about that stupid toad I melted in the microwave again. Sal said you want to talk to me?
Yeah, son. Well, how was camp?
What did she tell you?
Dun dun dun.
Sal says you microwaved a frog at camp.
I never microwaved a frog.
I seen you. Smoke came out of its mouth and everything. Ew! Hey, Mommy, what's a brown derby? Well, it's a brown hat. Is that why Pastor Larry came out of a brown derby store with a brown bag? Excuse me? Yeah, Pastor Larry was coming out of a brown derby store with a brown bag. It didn't look like a brown hat.
Hey, Dad, when are we going to get to go to church again? Well, we go to church online. Was that so people won't see you when you close your eyes? During prayer? No, during the sermon.
So how was work, dear?
Fine.
Fine? Is that all you've got to say is fine?
Well, come to think of it, my boss threw a can of nuts at the new girl.
What? What on earth would he do that for? How could he do that? Was he mad at her for real? Was he just playing around? What was going on? Why would he throw a can of nuts at her?
I don't think it was cashews, I think it was peanuts.
Seriously, he's the boss. Doesn't he have anything better to do? I mean, was he really angry? I mean, did she do something wrong? What did she do to cause this? Why would a man in his position do such a thing like that? That's outrageous.
Come to think of it, I believe it was dry roasted. Yeah.
Girls are better than boys.
Not even. What makes you say that?
Because our feet are cuter than yours.
Oh yeah? Well, boys have stronger muscles than girls.
Well, girls are smarter.
Okay, if you're so smart, what's the quadratic formula?
None of your business.
Dun dun dun.
Hey, Mom. Jared wants me to watch his dog for him. For how long? A week. Okay. Wait a minute, a week? You better go ask your dad. Hey, Jared, Mom says it's okay.
So, this here's Foreman. He likes to eat twice a day.
So, what does he eat?
Yesterday, he ate a parrot.
A parrot? A parrot?
You sound just like the parrot. He repeated everything, too. Till Foreman got hold of him. Well, goodbye, old Foreman, old buddy, old pal. See you next week, Petty.
Yeah, I don't know if I can find any parrots. No, that's okay. Foreman will eat anything. Won't you, buddy, old pal? That's what I was afraid of. Okay, here you go, boy. Come and get it. What's the matter, old boy? Why won't you eat that? That's the stuff Jared recommended for you. Hey. Hey, now you get back here. Where you going? Foreman, get back here. Hey.
Guess he won't be running away no more. What am I gonna tell Jared?
So, how was your vacation?
Where's Foreman?
I bet it was cool. Did you go all the way up to the top of the mountains to see the snow?
Where's Foreman?
I mean, seeing snow in summertime must have been awesome, huh?
Foreman! Where are you?
He, ran away. So, what really happened to Jared's dog? Remember, Blackie? The puppy I got when I was 4? Yeah. I don't know. Same thing with Foreman. Don't know what happened.
Hey there, Hugh. How's it going, buddy?
Wait a minute. You're talking to me? You haven't talked to me since 2 weeks ago when that incident happened. Oh, that's all right. Foreman came back yesterday.
He's home. He was really hungry, really tired and dirty, but he's good.
Man, I thought I was a better shot than that.
What are you doing under the table in a fetal position?
They're making me work at the Starbucks counter.
So?
I'm scared to talk to people.
It'll be fun. What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with a new experience.
You don't understand. I'm scared to talk to people.
You're talking to me.
I know you. I stabbed myself in the knee.
What? You okay? So you need to go to the bathroom and check it out?
It's done bleeding.
Are you sure you're okay?
I was cutting towards myself.
Are you sure you should have a knife?
Well, I'm totally responsible normally.
I think you only got that knife because it's pink.
You know, you're not wrong.
Well, okay, a lot of weird stuff happening in the real world out there, but that cartoon I produced was a bit long, as I agree. Most of my segments are 3 minutes or under, and most of them are 30 seconds. But that one was a full-length thing that I ran on a show about, well, sometime last year when I did it. And it's about a real family, and it's real-world things that happened in my family. A lot of strange things could happen in your family too, Amber, probably, real world. But I wanted to ask you, we're talking about moms, you know, and how this relates. Does any of that craziness happen at your home, like stuff that's just kind of absurd and really funny, but you wouldn't know? Most people don't have a cartoon about it, but does
I
life...
was literally just telling my husband last night, I'm like, I started journaling this year.
Yeah.
Like something different.
For sure.
I've never journaled before, but I've always heard that it's like really great.
Yeah.
And therapeutic. So I was like, oh, I'm going to start journaling. And then I was like, I could literally write a book about our family.
Well, I made up a little cartoon about ours, so it is funny. You have a blended family.
We do a pretty good job. But I'm strict. My husband's a little more chill than me. So,
I kind of relate to that in my real world.
yeah. So
The boys are like, oh, when is mom leaving so we can have some fun? It's like, what does that mean?
yeah, no. I'm way more strict. So,
Well,
but I was a single mom for a bit too, so
Okay.
I'm used to being a disciplinarian. And
well, I want you to say what you want about your past or whatever, but what did you see in modern families that would wasn't in the past. What do you think about people from long ago versus now? Is there a different ingredient, you think, that you have to be a parent differently than you would be 50 years ago?
Well, I just think that the kids have to deal with a lot more sooner. You know, like there's a lot of topics that I've had to explain to my children at a young age, which I was like, I didn't really know what that was at their age. I think they're exposed to so much more at such a young age. It's sad, really.
It's scary sometimes.
It is. I feel like their
world.
childhood is taken away a lot sooner.
Because our world is caving in at times, you have to, how do you protect children without having them misinformed?
I'm very open and transparent with my kids. I don't really hold a lot back, which some people agree with and some people don't. But now I realize they're going to get it from someone else, and I'd much rather them hear it from me. And so I try to be a little bit ahead of the game when it comes to that.
If you guys are just tuning in, this is Morning Mouth with Johnny Rooster and Amber. Today, my sidekick Amber is telling about modern-day mommyhood. And we watched a little clip of a video I produced, so go back and see that. It's about a modern-day family, and there's a lot of chaos and a lot of humor, isn't there?
Yes.
A little bit crazy sometimes.
It is. It's funny.
I think I had a 12-gauge shotgun involved in that one. Anyway, so you're a mom of 3. Your husband's a dad of 3, and you blended families.
Right.
And then they had to get along, kind of, sort of?
Right.
Do they get along?
Yeah, for the most part.
Even my kids that aren't in a blended family don't really get along that well sometimes, so you kind of think through things.
It's really funny because, like, my 2 older boys, like my step boys, they used to fight all the time. At certain ages, you know, they're like constantly at each other's throat. Yes. But then now, like, my 2 older boys are at the same stage that they were in, so it's like we get rid of one stage with
and then you work
the
into
other
the
set,
next.
and then we go to the next set. So it's just kind of funny where we finish one and then we go right into the next.
You know, as people develop, as boys develop, they have a certain way they have to challenge each other all the time, because that, to me, is how they protect their homes, eventually how they defend their own territory. And
Right.
it's very annoying when you're raising them because they're defending everything unjustly because they're immature.
Yes. And I always pull Jesus into it. I'm like, listen, Jesus he chose you guys to be brothers. Like,
You were ordained.
yes, like God chose you to be each other's
Like
sibling.
in Psalm 8.
You better get it together.
You were supposed to be. Yes.
Exactly.
Well, it is a challenge to be a mom in any environment, but today in particular, I believe that's a big hurdle, a big challenge. What are some of the most rewarding things of being a mom today, and what are some of the most challenging things of being a mom today?
I think the most rewarding thing is just to see how they deal with conflict, how they deal with other students or their peers that are around them. My kids are very, like, giving, and they want to, like, help everyone. And so, you know, I feel like we've inherited other children that now partially live with us, and, you know, so that's fun to watch their giving hearts, and just to see how they're growing into young adults. Because my stepson, my oldest is 20, and then my oldest is 16. So just to kind of see how they're maneuvering through life. And
Are they giving because they see that in you?
well, like this Christmas, we sponsored a few families and got their Christmas for them. And that was something we spoke to our kids about, because we wanted them to know the importance of when God blesses you, it's important that you pay that forward and you bless other people. And so I'm hoping that because we've done that since their childhood, that they continue that on with their families, and they sit down and really, you know, learn the importance of giving.
That's very important. I know a lot of people don't understand that, and they might have very little, but there's a woman in the Bible described as giving everything she had, even when she didn't have much at all.
Right. And we've seen some, like, homeless people out, and my kids will be like, oh, that's so sad. And I'll be like, well, should we give them something? And so we will either buy them a meal, or we will give them a little cash, like just something, because that's their heart, and I want them to keep that heart.
That's good. I know that you have a lot, and you have stuff to share. Some people feel like they don't have a lot.
Right.
What's the heart behind giving? Is it a how much you have, or is it something else?
No, I don't think it matters if you give $5 or if you give $100, you know, just the heart of giving. I don't know, that's what God wants us to do, and I feel like it's important that we honor that. Like, whatever you're blessed with, you know, some people have nothing, and it's our job, I feel like, to pay it forward and help them. As long as somebody's working and they're trying, you know, like what they do with the gift that you give them is on them. That's not on you as the gift giver.
Right, yes, that's
good. And I think
good.
that you have to remember that.
Well, what are some, let's see, what do you want moms to know or understand?
Just that everybody's struggling in their own right. You know, you always feel like as a mom, am I doing enough? Or, you know, am I right in this or am I wrong in this? You know, you feel like sometimes you're overwhelmed, and are you doing enough? Are you a good mom? Are you a bad mom?
Yeah.
And just, we're all in this together kind of thing. And it's just important, I think, that we encourage one another.
Well, we're talking to Amber, and she was looking at doing some more regular stuff, man. We're going to work out whatever happens.
I'm going to work on the husband.
You know, there's some things that we'd like to have you regular part of Monday Morning Mouth, and regardless, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, and Matt, if you're ready, I'm going to go ahead and do that video about how to build a snowman, and then we'll go back to some more stuff about being a mom. But if he is out there, look, yes. So how to build a snowman, because February, it's a new month, it's a new day, it's a new week. I just feel like even though it's not January, it's still winter. It's still technically winter.
I mean, we're only one day out of January.
We don't have a lot of options other than in the Ozarks we have up and down weather.
Yes.
That's our option, is to have up and down weather. We're not going to have consistent weather. It doesn't matter what time of year.
Right.
Well, I like a certain kind of weather, and that certain kind of weather shows up sometimes maybe for an hour or a day or two or a week, and then it's gone again, and then that weather's gone, and then you get something else.
Yes.
What do you have for your favorite weather? Is there a favorite?
I am a summer person all the way. I like the 80, 90-degree weather.
You probably
Bring
should
it
live in
on.
the tropics.
I tell my
don't know
husband
what you're doing
all
here.
the time. I'm like, babe, this is not where I am supposed to be. Like, my body isn't wired for this.
Well, we do have some snow, and I brought a snowball that doesn't melt, and there's going to be some more about that on the Johnny Rooster
And
live
he likes
show.
to throw it at me.
And I threw a snowball at Amber already, but I've got one left for you guys. If you go ahead, and we're going to play how to build a snowman, and thank you. That's about 30 seconds. Hello, kids. Johnny Rooster here. I'm going to show you how to build a snowman. So first step is you get a snowball. You got to have some snow. So I've got some snow here, and you just make it into a ball, just like that. Stick the bottom ball as the biggest ball, okay? Make sure the biggest ball is at the bottom. Let me show you here. Okay. So let's do that. Are we on? All right. Then we got the medium ball, which is not as big as the biggest ball. It's going to be in the middle, you see. Then the smallest ball, that's the smaller than the medium ball, goes on the top. So big, medium, and small. That's a snowman. If you want, you can do the optional carrot for the nose. And you can put sticks for the arms, like you get a stick and put it in the arm in the medium ball. You have to put the stick in the medium ball. It doesn't go in the bottom. There you go. So now he's got arms. Now to put a face on him, you need a carrot. You can't use any other nose except a carrot. That's very important. But I don't have a carrot. But pretend you do, okay? Don't do what I do, do what I say. Now there's the nose. Pretend that's a carrot, because it can't be anything but a carrot. And then you've got to put a smiley face on him. He's got a smile, and that's supposed to be stones or some pebbles or coal for eyes, and a stick for the mouth. That mouth didn't work out. That's why you don't use a stick for the mouth. You only use stones for the mouth. Then you use 2 lumps of coal, and you got to have charcoal. Get it from your grocery store. And that's for the eyes. Well, that's not a real good snowman, but that's the one I made. And I hope that you enjoy it. Oh my gosh. Ah! Oh boy, what a flop. I tried my best to build a snowman with snowballs this size. Snowman. Still had problems at the end. That was unrehearsed. And I definitely dropped the entire project toward the camera. I recommend buttons for eyes, but there's no buttons that small. Amber, here's a snowball for you. These are light, fluffy, and they don't make your hand cold. But you say you like tropical weather.
Yes.
But it's always fun to imagine if you're in the snow, you've got to build something. I just had so much fun as a kid building snow creations, and I got creative with it. I'd put red dye and make yellow hair. All
You're
this.
not supposed to eat the yellow snow.
No, not the yellow snow.
That's a bad
Maybe the
idea.
red snow, but not the yellow.
I don't know about the red snow either.
I made colors and I would pour them onto my creations. Tried to do
So
a
like a
dinosaur,
rainbow or something.
stuff like dinosaurs, and
Well, there you go. That was very aggressive snowman building.
yeah.
Yeah. Just really dug in there.
I think there's something there. I don't know what we're thinking about, but snow February. It was on my head. But last week we had snow where I live, and that was taken at my house out in rural Christian County. And there was enough snow on the picnic table out back that I could scoop it up and make that my
So you
test.
really didn't have to work at it.
No, it was a table, so I'm just not even bending over to do this.
So good.
But you saw how hard I worked to get the
Right.
sticks, and the
Yeah.
mouth popped right off. Because I believe stones are the proper building materials for a snowman, not sticks for the
I don't
mouth.
think
For the mouth.
sticks for a mouth are
Yeah,
a great idea.
you're not
They don't
allowed
really
to do that.
bend
There's
so well.
rules. There's got to be sticks for the arm,
Right.
stones for the mouth, and coal for the eyes.
Stones for the mouth?
That's what I was always shown. But what were you? Were you a different type of
Well, I
mouth?
thought we did like carrots for the nose.
Carrot for the nose is a must.
Buttons for the eyes.
Yeah.
But I think I did
What'd you do?
buttons for the mouth.
See, you
as
had a lot
well.
more buttons than I did.
Well,
I would just stick
I mean, I think when
stones.
it's that type of season, you have to make sure you're
You gotta
fully
get your-
stocked.
So you came with did you do buttons down the middle? Like, did you do
Yeah.
it? You were.
But I
button-
lived in Indiana, so we had a lot more snow.
What part of Indiana?
Newcastle.
So I was
Little
up in
small town.
Winona Lake near South Bend. So I was up in the northern part when I was like 2 years old to 8 years old.
Right.
Yeah.
So building a snowman then
That's the
was
thing, man.
had a lot of snow to work with.
Lots of snow.
But I didn't get the luxury of it just being right there on the table.
Yeah, I know that my snowballs go everywhere, and yours, you notice that. You can pick up some lint there, maybe some
Maybe
spare
some
change.
hair.
Yeah.
It's
Dog,
fine.
cat,
Yeah, it's
human, whatever. You can get the lab analysis on that snowball.
I don't know that this is COVID friendly.
Probably not. Probably not. So we're going to Mommyhood, and building snowmen was just kind of a fun thing to drop in there because it's still winter.
Right.
Not our favorite season, perhaps, but we have seasons in life. And as you're
Yes.
going through a winter in your life, if you have that dark period, like we've heard somebody say about the dark winter.
I think some people have what is it that they call it, like a winter depression that they go through, like with different seasons. But I can see that because it's dreary out.
It's not fun.
No.
Do you
Being
have
stuck
any
in your home.
responses to dark and dreary? Do you personally have a different mood during dark and dreary?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Like, there's sometimes it's all like gloomy out and you just want to stay in bed.
No, then
You don't want to do anything.
you're a mom, so you've got responsibilities.
Yeah,
You're
well, I
talking
can't
to
stay in
moms.
bed.
What do you tell them? What do you want to say? Because everybody's in this thing, and I'm not a mom.
There
see?
is never a day off, Like people that have jobs outside the home, they go from like 8 to 5 and then they get to breathe a little bit. But ours is from the moment we wake up until the moment those babies go to bed.
So people say that stay-home moms don't have much to do, but what is on your plate? You're a busy lady.
Well, I think that we sometimes get the short end of the stick. Like people don't give us credit for exactly what we're doing.
I just thought
And
you'd
we have
sit
a really
around-
important job.
Sit
We're
around
raising
watching
little
the,
humans.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to get
Do they
everybody
go-
dressed and
do
ready
they go
for
to
school.
different schools, or how are they set up?
We do. So my oldest goes to Catholic high school, and then my middle one and my youngest one go to Rogersville. But luckily, my oldest can drive.
Is that because
now.
they don't get along? Is that why you have them in two different schools?
We have to separate.
That's
no,
how
just
you
kidding.
parent. You just keep people separate.
No, my son plays soccer for Catholic.
And
And
Catholics
so-
are better at soccer.
They have a coach that I like a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
See?
Mhm. Yeah.
That was such a pause after that question. It's like
I was trying to
I'm
be
Johnny
PC.
Rooster. Yeah, Johnny Roosterisms are not that PC, but I like throwing you the curveball and the snowball too.
Right? I got a little like harder grip on that one when you asked that question. So thanks
I don't
for
mean
that.
I don't mean harm, but I might cause harm accidentally.
No, I mean people that
Yeah.
know me know my
I'm
my
like a
position
snowball
that.
on your windshield. You may not like it, but it's
Right.
not going to hurt you.
I mean, it's fine. I'm a pretty blunt and honest person.
That's what I like.
Some people love it, some people not so much. Yes, we beat them.
So you are better at,
Right.
at soccer.
Yeah,
Okay.
coaching's better, and kids are.
Catholic racist.
We have a really great team, and we lost 11 seniors the year before, but
Out of 12, that's a lot.
it is.
There's not a
lot.
big. I
There's a
mean, how
lot.
many seniors are there?
Well,
that
we lost
play?
11, but not all of them played varsity.
Oh,
So like
okay,
my
okay.
my kid was a freshman
I
and
mean,
he
when you
played
say
varsity.
11 seniors, that sounds like the whole team left.
Well, I mean, it was quite a few, but man, we had a great season this past year. The youngsters
Are
really
you-
picked it up.
Are you the soccer mom that always has to be involved in everything?
Okay, so I'm kind of
Let's get down to
I'm
it.
kind of a sports snob. Okay, like I like other moms, but sometimes sports moms are a little. It can be a lot, and so I just sort of stick to myself.
That's a
but I like
euphemism
to
for I get out of my way.
I like to plug in, like, I like to take care of meals. The meals portion is my favorite when it comes to helping out in sports. That's easy. Kids love to be fed, and I like to host them. This year with COVID, I wasn't allowed to host them at our home like
Aw.
normal. So that was a bummer, and I felt bad for, like, the new freshmen coming
Because the
in.
kids
that
would
they-
always come over to your place and get a good
Right, we're not far from Catholic, and so they would come to our house, and they would relax, and I'd feed
source
them.
of refreshment.
Yes, and then their bond grew. And I felt like this year the freshmen kind of got cut short on that. They didn't get that experience, and I was sad for them.
Yeah,
But
I think a lot
next
of
year,
next-
next season, I'm
and
believing.
There's always the new Jersey accent. Next year, we'll get them.
Next year,
That's right.
yeah.
So you got that going.
Right.
Besides soccer, besides sports, what fills your schedule?
Are there things other than sports?
Tell
Just
me.
kidding, I'm just kidding.
What else?
Well, you have school.
Yeah.
You have school. You have church. So my kids serve at church.
Okay.
And they love it, which is fun. Even my younger one, my 11-year-old, serves at church, so she works in the preschool department, and I think that that's important that your kids serve in your church.
Do you mean like they're helping out with a
Right.
certain project at church? They're not just attending church.
Right. So we attend first service, and then our kids serve in second service.
So what do they do? What do they get involved with?
So my oldest is 16, and he works the VIP in the youth area. So the VIP is very important person. So this is for guests that come.
Oh.
And if it's their first time, like he will walk them through the process. He will hang out with them during service so that they have somebody with them, because it can be overwhelming. Our church is large. And so this way they feel like, they're part of the family and they're not overwhelmed and scared, and, they have a buddy with them, which is
Right,
nice.
right.
Kids need that. And so then my middle son is 15 and 16 days. And he,
Countdown.
I know, it's so sad. He works the cafe at church, which he thinks is the greatest thing ever.
Be a
And
good job.
Yeah, well, he's autistic. And so it's good for him to be around a lot of people and learn that social skill, which he struggles with a little bit. He says he's socially awkward. But
And-
when he gets to know you, he's fine. But
Okay.
it's a little different. But it's great for him. And so it's been good for him to get through those challenges that he has. And then Gia, who is my youngest, she's 11, and she works with the preschoolers, and she loves it. So she gets to be a little mommy kind of thing. But it's good. It's important that they understand the importance of serving and how we are blessed to be able to serve.
Yes.
It's not I have to serve this week. It is,
Yeah.
I get to serve, and you have
Yeah.
to have that serving heart, and it's important for the church to grow and survive. If you don't have people that are serving, then
Yeah.
This-
So being a,
What are you going to do?
the importance of being a mom.
Yes.
I had, ironically, that cartoon I put together was about a family with 2 older boys and a younger girl. So that's kind of where you were set up.
That's right.
But they get along, and then they get into each other's business, and it's funny, but it's irritating when you're in the moment. It's funny to watch it played back on a cartoon, but if you're watching your life, it's like it would be funny. It really would.
I never worry about my daughter being able to hold up for herself because my boys, from our 20-year-old to our 15-year-old boy, like, they pick on her so much. Like,
So she's
a
used
tough
to,
cookie.
She's
Yeah,
been
like
through it all.
a girl will never be a match for her because she just gets. They're so rough. Sometimes I'm like, you were gonna hurt her. Like, stop. They're like, we just want her to be tough, Mom, and I'm like, oh goodness.
Well, speaking of tough, we've got this War Zone. It's going to be a opening this month, and it is called the War Zone. If you want to check it out, it's a Nerf gun arena, so you can fire Nerf guns at each other.
Yes, please.
So we want you to know all about that. This is something moms can do. There's different party packages, and they are at, and the owner of the War Zone was here in the studio a couple weeks ago. Her name's Vanessa.
I want to meet Vanessa.
And so she is a single mom. Her dream was to get, well, her 7-year-old son just said he wants to go visit a Nerf arena. And that was something they did every year. They took a 48-hour trip. And mom and
Where
son.
was it originally?
And so she took a trip to one and saw one in Tulsa and was so impressed. And her son loved it so much, she's thought, let's get a business going. So she borrowed some seed money from family, and as a single mom, she started this whole project, and it's going to unfold this week. This is her opening week, and we're so excited for Vanessa over at the War Zone, and it is on...
When is the opening? Because I would love to take my kids there. 305
West Walnut Lawn, Suite TT, and that's where they have it set up. Suite TT, 305 West Walnut Lawn. So I'll get you some more information on that. For those of you who want to go ahead and book or find out more, it's owner.warzone@gmail.com. So owner.warzone@gmail.com. Get hold of Vanessa and find out. There's more details on this, but I'm looking. It shows different party packages, 90-minute parties, and a real fun way to interact with the kids. This little 7-year-old boy of hers just loves the Nerf arena idea, so they opened one up.
Well, kudos to Vanessa.
Yeah,
like,
it's a
that's
big undertaking.
amazing. Good for her.
She wrote
I
out a
love
business
that.
plan and everything. As soon as her kids showed interest in that,
Wow.
she's bonded with that boy.
But
That's her whole world.
Our city needs stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
we need things for the kids to be able to do to keep them occupied and out of trouble. That is amazing. Vanessa, I am coming in.
Thank you.
I will bring all my crazy kids.
This is Moms Helping Moms.
Yes.
You know what? No matter where you go, you can give to your nonprofit through Huli Gives. It's called Huli Gives, HULIGIVES. Go to huligives.com. Enter the code 2021, just like the year, and you can help out nonprofits every time you go online to shop at Walmart. It's going to help business opportunities like Acts Ministry. Just take part of that. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's not fattening.
Well, I just think it's important to support local businesses, too.
Thank you.
So good for that. That's
Well, this show is all about supporting local business, local
Yes.
nonprofits, and local artists and entertainers. So as we develop a connection here, you'll think of people like that. We want them on the show.
Oh, I've already got plenty.
That's wonderful. Amber, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having
Thank you
me.
all for watching, and please watch this big time on YouTube. That's a good way to find it. And it's Axe Media Group. Until Wednesday, I'm your host, Johnny Rooster, and this is my sidekick, Amber, today. So we're talking about moms. Thanks a lot, and be good, y'all.